All right, my name is Nick. We're on the floor here out of Chicago, and we're here with Corwin. So thank you for stopping down before your class.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you.
So you're here, and you're at a photography conference, and we were just chatting, and you're not a photographer.
That's right. I don't know an F-stop from a bus stop. It's pretty tragic. No, I mean, I like making photographs for fun, but my business and my life is helping photographers make a living doing what they love.
And that's an important part. So if you can't make money, then you can't buy more gear, you can't stay in business, you can't feed your family, and all kinds of other things. So for me, I've been in business my whole life. I think that business should almost come first, and then your art after that. Because again, if you can't really make a living, what good is it?
Yeah. Well, a lot of photographers make the mistake of they go freelance or they start a small business in photography based on the idea that, well, I like making photographs, I just want to make more of them.
Yeah.
When in fact, when you have a business, you have to think about the needs and wants of your customers, of your clients. So what's the connection? What is it that you have and that you can offer as a service with your creative vision, your creative intent, and obviously your technical skill and your creative skill? You need to apply that to their needs and wants. So yeah, the business part of it, it's a lot of people focus on it from the art side, and hopefully someone will want to hire them. When in fact there's some business stuff to get working on for sure.
Exactly, I can't agree more. So from that angle, are there some ideas or top tips that you would give someone that is kind of, hey, I'm a great artist, people love my work, and how do I start to go towards that direction of maybe not to the level of hiring you yet, but to maybe a few steps in the right direction?
Yeah, when someone is at that emerging level, when they're kind of making that decision to kind of step out into the marketplace, I think the first thing to consider is who do you want to serve with your art and with your craft. You know, people talk about, target market analysis. That's way too heavy. Just focus on, is there a type of person, an ideal client? You say, you know what, if all I ever did was photograph for this type of company or this type of organization or this type of person, I'm going to be happy as an artist and as a freelancer. And if you can learn about as much as you can about who they are, what their needs are, then focus your simple website, or focus your business card, or focus your portfolio, so that niche person, that very narrow audience goes, I get it. I get what they do, I get what they make, they can help me. And with that type of clarity, a lot of people are just kind of like, have camera, we'll shoot. That's not a photographer. That's not a photography business. That's someone who pushes buttons, and no one's looking to hire a button pusher.
It's harder to get clients, like you said. I focused when lots of proms back in the day, and that people knew, like, hey, you're the prom photographer, or you're the prom whatever it is, So I wasn't like everything. You can't be everything. Even in one type of photography, like event photography, there's so many different sub-levels that you see people now specializing in weddings or certain things. So,
and in order to make money or in order to be happy as an artist, some photographers have kind of more diverse portfolios. But if with a simple click, if a viewer can kind of go, I just want to look at your work based in one category or niche, they need to be able to do that. And ideally, your portfolios, whatever you're sharing, is as narrow focus as possible, because if you spread yourself across all these different, types of photography, it's easy to kind of look a little creatively schizophrenic.
Well, yeah, I'm in the process of moving from event photographer right now over to doing commercial photography, and I'm in that transition, and I asked a bunch of my commercial photographer friends, like, for tips, like, what should I do? And they looked at my website, they're like, you need to get all this event stuff off of here, because a commercial photography client is going to look at it and be like, they're an event photographer, and just move on. So they're going to just skip over you.
They're going to be distracted. They might be wonderful photographs, but they're going to be distracted because they have no need for that style of work.
Exactly.
So,
so being all over the place, I agree, is definitely, it's a challenge. I'm going through it myself, so it is a challenge to try to get there, but, you want to be a specialist, If you're getting brain surgery, do you want to really go to like the first care and get brain surgery? You're going to look for that specialist in the phone book.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to think what else we can talk about.
Like pricing is a big thing. Someone just emerging in the market is usually paralyzed by the decision of how much should I charge? How do I put my pricing out there? They typically start discounting and offering whatever. And my opinion is you have to be able to pick a price that you're confident saying without flinching. And when someone says, oh, I don't have that much money, you can say, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to work together, or I'll concede, I'll give you a little bit of a break, but you need to give me something in return. We can change the shoot date, we can do 3 setups instead of 4, let's do it in 4 hours instead of 6, make some concessions so that if you feel the need to discount, you at least get something in return. So pricing is a bit of that thing, and a lot of people want to know what the magic price is. There's no amount. Like, pricing is variable. It's based on quality, experience, expertise, all that creative vision. So ultimately it comes down to a photographer choosing a number that they can say confidently, and ideally always price up. Ideally, you're always looking for ways to add value, not to sort of reduce value. So
exactly, and you have to be comfortable with it. The price, like you said, is if you're not comfortable with it, if you think it's too high or too low, then you are going to. If
you tell me $1,000 a day, but then you start shifting and you start talking around, it'd be like, it's not really $1,000, is it? Like, I'm going to know. Where if you look at me straight in the eye and say it's $1,000 a day, will that work for your budget? And I'd be like, well, okay, let me think about it. Let's talk about it. So
yeah, exactly. I love that. So ways to get a little bit more penetration with like your website. Like, what are a few things that you can do with your website to really kind of get to that level from, hey, I'm a snap shooter or I'm a travel photographer and now I want to start selling stuff?
Yeah, I mean, your website is home base for all your digital marketing. It's the platform of which you share from, right? So I think, use the services and tools that are out there. Don't try to invent the wheel. Go to PhotoShelter, go to PixieSet, go to Sprout Studio, go to the services that are already there where you can plug in some information, upload some images, redirect a URL, boom, you have a website. People should not be spending too much time becoming web developers.
Yeah, you don't have to in this day and age. There's so much out there. Use the tools that are available to you. So where can people, I know you got to run through a class, that's why, so I'm like, where can people find out more about you and your services if they want to hire you?
I have resources available on a website called businessactionplanner.com.
Okay.
And there's ebooks and tutorials and resources there, workshops and one-on-ones and consulting sessions. People can book an hour of my time to get some, get some wizardry if they need it.
Excellent.
So businessactionplanner.com.
Okay, and you work all over the world, you said. You don't have to, they don't have to come to Canada to work with you.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm based in Vancouver, but I have clients and work with people all over the world. So
awesome.
It's very cool.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Great to connect.
Great to meet you and connect, and have a great class.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.